making juice. If we're just making juice, the only thing we'll add is sodium benzoate. That's added to entirely stop that fermentation from occurring, largely because the only thing worse to deal with than drunk adults are drunk kids. They are shockingly mean. With the wine, though, we'll move into one of the fiberglass vats behind me, adding yeast to it to incite that fermentation. That can take anywhere from about 2 to 12 weeks for that wine to fully ferment. But once it does, we'll move into one of the large steel vats you see all over this room, and it will remain there up until it's ready to be bottled. The last thing I like to talk about in this room are the old oak barrels. We can move up and back if we want. We have not used barrels in about 20 years, largely because they were a nightmare to deal with. One of the big issues we encountered with them was that if there was no wine in there for even a brief period of time, that lack of moisture would cause the oak to crack and oxygen to get in, which could potentially sour and ruin the wine. Plus, to clean it, you gotta fit someone in this hole down here and clean it from the inside, and child labor is a tad bit illegal these days, so we can't do that anymore. Any questions before we move on? Still working on the valve?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you. So over here is the blending and filtering room. What we'll do is we'll pump all that wine from those vats in the previous room right into our filter here. We'll use these celluloid sheets, placing them in between all of the gaps. Once all those gaps are filled, we'll pump that wine through, and these will pick up all the small fine particles that may be making the wine cloudy to always ensure a crystal clear appearance. From there, it's going to end up in one of our 750-gallon steel vats, and at this point is where we'll start the tweaking process. This is going to be where we re-add all that sugar back into the wine. We'll never add more than about 1/4 cup increments at a time, because even that small amount of sugar can cause a large amount of change throughout the taste of the batch. But as we start approaching that desired flavor, it'll be given to all the of-age employees to ensure that it tastes good, consistent, and as close to the last batch as possible.
Sorry, folks. So sorry.